Slimehouse TV here at HorrorCon UK 2018 with the lovely Barbara Crampton. How was your experience being at the con?
Fantastic. I'm having a great time. It's you know, I've never done a convention over here, so I'm meeting a lot of people for the very first time, and it's interesting how many people are so well versed in movies here. You know, all the Hammer horror started here, and I just feel like there's just a wealth of information and understanding and appreciation for movies, and everyone here is so wonderful and polite and kind, and it's just been really fun.
That's crazy. So we've got you for the first ever time.
Yeah,
You're in a
absolutely.
HorrorCon exclusive.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm seeing loads of guests talk to you all weekend. Obviously, they're loving all the movies that you've done, and then you're still doing movies now. What is it like when you've got people coming up to you talking about films you did in the 80s and they're still just as loved now as they were then?
Well, it's interesting because a lot of the movies I did in the 80s, people watched when they were younger, and now they've grown up, and now they have children that they've shown the movies to. So there's a whole, many generations really since that movie, like Reanimated and Far Beyond, those movies came out 30 to 35 years ago. There's a few different generations of people that are watching them and appreciating them and handing that down to their kids and bringing their kids with them, and yeah, so it's generational. It's really awesome to see.
And you were saying it was the film You're Next that kind of rebooted your love for acting. Could you just talk a little bit about like the difference between the stuff you did then and the stuff that you're doing now?
Yeah, it's quite different. I mean, first of all, people make movies now digitally, and we used to have to wait so long in between setups to shoot the movie, and it was a longer process. So it's easier and faster now. But also, way back then, as an actor, I would come on to a movie set and I would just do my job, my acting job, and then I'd go home, and there wasn't social media, so we weren't really connected with the fans out there, and there's so much more things being written about the movies, and it's sort of like you can be on a set and shoot a picture of you on a set with somebody, and then it can be on the internet, on Instagram, in 20 seconds. Yeah. And it used to be months later that you'd see pictures from the movie. So everything's more instantaneous. That's cool. It's connecting us all. So it's not like we're so separate anymore. We're all connected in this world. We never had conventions before. Now this is a new thing. And the other thing is that the filmmakers that I work with now, and especially I noticed it when I came back with Your Next, everybody's a little bit more collaborative, you know, like I was saying, I'd come on the set and just do my acting job, but there's so many people now that make movies that do everything. They're writers, they're directors, they're producers, they're actors, and they all do a lot of different jobs, and that was evidenced when I did Your Next, because I worked with Ty West as an actor in Your Next, and he's a filmmaker. He's a director and a writer, and Amy Simons is a director, and she was an actress in the movie, and also we had Joe Swanberg as an actor in the movie, and he is a writer and a director. So I was with all these people in a collaborative setting, and it was the first time I was ever on a set where the writer, Simon Barrett, came up to me and said, "Do you like what you're saying in this scene? Because you could say something else if you want to." And no one's ever asked me that before. So I feel like it's really collaborative, and I notice with a lot of the younger people that I'm working with, they take their script before they start shooting, and they give it to their friends, and they say, "Read the script and tell me what you think and give me notes." I don't remember that ever happening way back in the day. So people are, you know, people are smarter now. We know the movies. We've grown up with this, and young filmmakers have the advantage of really using their friends to help them make a movie and help them make it the best that they can, because the movies way back in the day that were a little cheesier and whatever, maybe made on a shoestring budget, you can't get away with that kind of filmmaking anymore. I mean, you have to be, the audiences are smarter, and you have to be a smarter storyteller. So I think everything's just getting better.
So just talking a little bit about that, because you've worked with lots of different types of directors, and you were just saying like how it's different now with a director. What do you think makes a good director, being an actress?
Well, you know, all directors work differently. Some directors talk to you a lot, and some directors don't talk to you at all, and they just cast well, and they might you know, I think they probably talk to the technicians on the film more than they talk to the actors.
Really?
Yeah, but I feel like when I come on a set, I try to figure out how the director likes to work, and then I just fit myself into that. I do feel, however, that there is a little bit of a disconnect between directors and actors. I never, even today, I don't get together with directors and the director says to me, how do you like to work? Or I don't say to them, how do you like to work? You know, how should we collaborate together? We kind of maybe talk about the project a little bit, talk about the characters maybe before we start filming, but on the set, it's like I have to figure it out over a few days how they feel comfortable, because I'm really in their movie and I want to work the way they want to work because they have the hardest job of everyone. So I sort of fit myself into whatever, you know, whatever style they prefer. But I do feel like I would like to encourage new directors to really sit down and talk with your actors and say, look, I don't like to talk to the actors too much, or what do you need from me? Do you want to talk to me before the scene or after the scene? Do you want me to leave you alone? We don't talk about it, and why is that? I don't understand. I think I want to open that up for discussion a little bit more, that maybe we all need to communicate a little bit better.
And as an actress, have you got any advice for like people that are coming into the industry now wanting to get the actors and actresses? What would your advice be?
Well, I think coming in the industry is harder than it's ever been because there's so many people doing it now. And also, it's harder to make money at this profession than ever before because there's so many people and there's so much product out there that, you know, you don't get paid as much as you used to. I don't get paid sometimes as much as I used to for movies I made in the 80s, which is surprising, right? I mean, it's 35 years later. You'd think I'd make more money, but sometimes I don't. And I don't think that your agent gets you jobs, really. So I would say go to a lot of film festivals and meet people and talk to them and share scripts with people and make your own movie, make your own shorts, and learn the whole process. Like I was saying earlier, many more filmmakers they can do any job. They can direct, they can act, they can produce, they can film, they can edit. They do a lot of different things. So learn a lot and try to make your own little movies and build your career from there. And go to film festivals, submit your movie to film festivals, and meet people and try to collaborate on something bigger. And just know that it takes time, but don't expect anybody to just call you up and hand you jobs because it doesn't even happen to me in where I am. You know, I'm still meeting people and kind of getting my own work, and nobody's just going to hand you a job.
And you're still doing stuff now. You've done lots of films and you've got all these films coming out all the time. Like if you check your IMDb, there's always things happening. What can we look forward to next from you?
Thank you. I did the reboot of the Puppet Master movie. There's a whole franchise that Full Moon put out. And those movies were put out by Charlie Band from Empire Pictures and Full Moon. And a man by the name of Dallas Saunier, who produced Bone Tomahawk and Brawl in Cell Block 99, and a new movie, Dragged Across Concrete, that hasn't come out yet. He bought the rights to make a new Puppet Master movie that is in its own universe. So it's a completely different story and a completely different premise of Puppet Master. I'll give you a little hint. Andre Toulon is now a Nazi sympathizer. Okay. So he's on the Nazi side, which is sort of, I don't know, a little representative of what's going on in America right now, unfortunately. So it's very timely. It's very funny. It's a lot of comedy in it, and very gory and very bloody. And I saw it at the New Orleans Film Festival, which is a horror film festival called The Overlook, and it was quite good. So in America, it comes out August 17th. I don't know when it'll come out here, but pretty proud of that one, so look out for that.
That's great. Thank you very much. We've really enjoyed having you at the con. Would you come back?
Yeah, next year, or should I just wait here until next year and I'll just be waiting in the green room until you call me again?
Wicked. Well, thanks very much for that. That's
Thank you.
Barbara Crampton at HorrorCon UK 2018.
Thank you.